Oh god, it's warm. But anyway, this is another Adventures in Yard Selling. Hooray! So we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with the one thing I got out of town. We went out of town and it was pretty much busto. There was a new Goodwill opening in this other town. I don't know how much I want to say about surrounding areas. I don't know how far this is gonna get. But anyway, out of town, there's a new Goodwill opening and we didn't find anything. And then we went to a bunch of different American Rescue Workers around that area and we didn't find anything. But we did find one thing in one of the American Rescue Workers, and it was this Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring glass goblet. So that's what it does. It lights up. So that's probably going to be right up there. Because as you can tell, I do put the stuff up. Like there's the WoW from last week, and there's the Ultimate game from last week. So the stuff is going to end up there, and I'm going to have a lot of renovations to make because of all the stuff. I'm not really going to be talking about a lot of it. I'm just going to be kind of like showing it to you in between things that I want to talk about. So basically, we're just going to set this up here where you can't see it, because I know the camera just kind of cuts off my hand right now. So, but yeah, it's going right up there. That's going to be its home. So anyway, we're going to start off with the stuff that I picked up at the Salvation Army. A buddy of mine was working there, so I'm going to do all my shout-outs now. So here's my shout-out to Zach, who was working at the Salvation Army at the time of this, and Josh, who undoubtedly is going to be watching this because he likes me doing these. But here we go. So these were actually a suggestion from Zach. Backyard Baseball 2001, which apparently is horrifically bad, but it's beautiful for how bad it is. I don't know, but I'll have to find out. So yeah. And there was a time, you're not going to believe this, with Lego Indiana Jones and Lego Star Wars and Lego this IP and Lego that IP that are amazing. Like, they're fun games. They're just really good to play and just really simple and really casual and stuff. That wasn't always the case. That wasn't always the case at all. So we got Legoland and Lego Racers 2, which I've never played either of these, but I can almost promise you they're... oh god, this one's got Electronic Arts on it. Oh shit. We're gonna get into the... oh, they're both Electronic Arts. Oh Jesus. Well, I think the newer ones are Electronic Arts too, but that's not a mark of bad or good things. It just depends on the property sometimes. And then we got Monopoly Junior. I love Monopoly. What can I say? Like, whenever I see a Monopoly PC game, I just have to grab it because it's always going to be the same. Oh, and this one wants to assure you it's the full version of the game. It's from General Mills, so somebody probably got it out of a cereal box. And it also has an America Online free trial. You remember when everything had America Online on it? Jesus Christ. Ridiculous. And then the last thing I got there, I saw this and I had to... what the hell? Okay, that's the goblet box. But the last thing I had to go with was Windows Vista for Dummies, which, if you remember Windows Vista... what am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking the Millennium Edition whenever I'm dishing on this that hard. Yeah, the Millennium Edition was really bad, but Windows Vista's up there. Like, it's not Millennium Edition bad, but it's pretty bad. So if you're still running Windows Vista in this day and age, you are. No, I'm just kidding. You're either that or you're just not very computer savvy and you just have one for emails and whatnot. I'm going to go through like a handful of these, and then I'm going to go through ones that actually have stories attached to them. So I got some... D&D-ish games, like the Temple of Elemental Evil, so that's good. Then we got Neverwinter Nights Gold, which includes a whole bunch of expansions, but the one it doesn't is here, so Hordes of the Underdark. I don't know what else I need. I think I pretty much got these. I pretty much got Neverwinter covered here. It's pretty good. But, so let's move on to a game that has some actual significance to me, and that was the Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay. Now, the only thing that this really has is, like, you see Vin Diesel there, you see him portraying Riddick, and you're just like, lol, that's ridiculous, that's Vin Diesel, that's stupid, he's stupid, this is dumb. No, back when G4 was G4 Tech TV, where they actually talked about video games and technology and stuff like that, I believe it was Tommy Tallarico who was talking about this game and said it was actually good. Like, there was lots of different mechanics in the game that made it really interesting. Like, the whole him being able to see in the dark and stuff like that. Like, they handle that really well, and they actually explain how he gets that ability. So, I mean, I think they explained it in like a comic book or something. Like there were comics of this and they already did that. But the game does it, so things that where they explain things really well in games. I really like story whenever it's implemented really well in games. And I'm willing to accept the word of the guy who was, if not heavily involved, at least in charge of the studio that did the music of the remake of The Bard's Tale. Sorry, just where I sit. Anyway. So next handful of throwaway games here. That's not going to be too much of a throwaway game. Got Sacred Gold and Gothic 2, which actually have some other Atari games I don't have this lumped with, but whoopsies, I did that again. But I have no idea of either of these games. But I have them now, so I get to play them. Yeah, how about that? Dungeon Siege. So I've been playing this game since like college, since I was in college. That's how old this game is, or how old I am if you want to keep score. It was released in 2002. I was in college in 2002, which was 14 years ago. Yeah, it sounds about right. But anyway, this game I was actually playing when my oldest son was conceived. Here's the story. So, I was living with friends at the time. We were between apartments. Me and my now ex-wife, then girlfriend, were living with our friends. They helped us out immensely. We lived with them for like 2 months before we moved in to our own apartment and had another friend there to help us out. But basically, they had like a 3-bedroom attic. Or a 3-room attic they were looking at. 3-bedroom, Jesus. A 3-room attic they were living in. And I still pass by the building it was in every now and again and kind of remember. But, like, they had all their stuff in the living room, like, over on the side. And then between there was a kitchen with a little bathroom with a tub, no shower, just, like, right there. And then on the other side was our room, which was, like, the one room. And it was on the 3rd floor of this house. And we had a LAN set up. Like, it wasn't even wireless. There was, like, a network cable that went from their room from a network switch across the kitchen into my room, which I connected into this desktop computer that I had set on the floor, and we were playing Dungeon Siege together. And then at some point, you know, she was, my girlfriend slash future wife, was getting kind of, feelsy at the time, and I just messaged my friend Giggity through the game, and he was just like, yeah, okay. And that's how we believe my son was conceived. So yeah, that got personal. Anyway, let's put this down and move on to Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. I heard so much about this game, but know absolutely nothing about it. So I may have to report back after I play it. And it is really coming down out there. Holy shit. I'm going to show you 2 of the 3 Black Isle games I'm sitting with these here. If you know me at all, you know I have a huge affinity for Black Isle because they are the people that made Fallout 2. So here's Icewind Dale 2, which actually I believe they made shortly after Fallout 2. So, oh no, not very shortly after Fallout 2. No, never mind. But that is there. It's like 5 years after Fallout 2 or 4 years or something. I think Fallout 2 came out in 97 or 98. So the spirit's there. And then Baldur's Gate 2, Throne of Baal, which is another... Oh, this is an expansion for Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Omd, which I'm kind of blown the next part, but I'm still going to go through other things. But yeah, I have this now with Black Isle's name on it, therefore I am automatically in love with it. But I've seen Shadows of Omd, so I know how it plays. It's very similar to Fallout in the isometric display way and how there's dialogue and stuff like that, the dialogue trees work. But now we're going to go through just a handful of games. Nox, I have no idea what this is. Arcanum, I've heard of a million times. This also looks very, very similar to Diablo and stuff like that, but I don't know. I haven't played it, so hopefully I haven't offended anybody. But it's got the Sierra name on it, and it's got actually Troika, which has many employees from Black Isle. In fact, yeah, I think Troika was like the next company before like Obsidian, because I think Obsidian was the next one in line of Black Isle. I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever it comes to like developers to follow, I'll follow Brian Fargo and company pretty much everywhere. Because like talking about Black Isle and talking about the Fallout series is pretty emotional for me. You know, it's like the best game series until Bethesda got a hold of it. I mean, they did great things with Doom, but I don't feel like they did great things with Fallout. But I digress. I also got Darkstone, which I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game a million times too, but don't know anything about it. Like, I've just heard it mentioned like a million times. Like, people really, really need to comment on this video, and not just Josh for, you know, me name dropping him again, but yeah, I mean, people need to tell me about these games. Because, like, I have them now, I'm very excited about them, and then we got 2 Age of Empires games. I believe this is the second time I shot this video, because the first time was just all over the place, because I was trying to talk about every video, but I had literally nothing to say. And I think that I said these were Age of Empires 3. And I'm stupid, because they're Age of Empires 2 and their expansion. So, I at least got that right this time. And now for the last game I got all 16 of these games, by the way, at the Goodwill store. $2 each. And I didn't even pay for them. The camera lady / my girlfriend paid for all of them, so I owe her a debt, which I believe I paid before that already when I got her brunch. But anyway, Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Amn. Very, very, like, I've played, like, this game for a whole 30 seconds to see if the discs I had worked. Because I had this before. I got it from a yard sale for $5. I had a copy of this, and I got rid of the box and the jewel case and everything, and the discs are probably lurking in a CD case down there or something. But then I saw this again, it's like, good, a second chance. So I got the box and even more stuff, because back then it was just the box and the jewel case, and I've already opened this up. It has tons of shit in it. So I'm pretty sure this has got everything. So I'm pretty happy with that. I have this again. Got a second chance with it, and I got an expansion to it. So I will probably definitely be playing this, because the little bit it opens up immediately at a part where you're like in a torture chamber or some shit, and you're just getting sass, and it's great. So I would definitely probably play this again, possibly for the show. Again, all of these things that I have, that I've shown you, you can comment and be like, hey, that's a request I have for not another Let's Play, and I'll throw it on the list. I have a list of requests of what people want to play for me, and I just kind of decide when I want to throw them in. So, I mean, I talked about it last time about the whole Two Worlds thing. I'm open for anything. I've played E.T. on that show. Like, yeah, it was only one episode, and I wasn't doing a full, like, complete walkthrough of it, but I did E.T., guys. Ask me games to do, and I will do them. For your play, I will present myself for your. Give me this. What the fucking.